time to start.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Dallas, Texas, and USA Bowl for the Roto Sport Challenge Youth Bowling Series, Spring Series. So today, another week on the long pattern, mystery long pattern. Kids don't know what they're bowling on. They just got to figure it out. And so we had 3 games of qualifying. The top 8 advance to match play, bracket play. Our top 8 are Keegan Alexander, winner from last week, Noah Raleigh-Turner, J.L. Hammond, Logan Frischman, Amani Moore, Brady McDonough, Cameron Wing, and Alyssa Ballard round out the top 10. So we do bracket play. Number 1 bowls 8, 2 bowls 7, 3 bowls 6, and 4 bowls number 5. So the matches you see, they'll be bowling, the matches will be across from each other. So 17-18, we got JL against Brady and Noah against Cameron. And they're putting the scores in, the names in on the left pair. So it'll be Alyssa against Keegan. And Amani versus Amani and Logan. So it'll be single elimination. Whoever wins advances. Whoever loses goes home. So before we get started, remember, if you enjoy the show, be sure and subscribe, like the video, hit the notification bell, all the things. Helps YouTube know that this is a outstanding piece of bowling content. And we'll show it to other interested bowling people. All right. So JL leaves a 10-pin, Brady on 18, crossing over, leaving a 6. And Alyssa leaving a 3-9. So these are new pairs. They qualified on pairs a little bit further up. So they're just coming to these kind of US Open style where they just start the match and you got to figure it out. So there's no practice shots, no nothing. Just come down, start bowling for score, and you got to figure it out. So Brady spares up his shot. Alyssa shooting at the 3-9, goes a little bit wide, leaves the 9-pin. So as the frames go on, you should see these bowlers adjust to the conditions. So the first shots are just going to be seeing what happens. Noah getting the late reaction, getting that late pinfall, he gets them to go. Cameron leaving a 4, Monty with a 7. So Logan, I think the lone lefty here, is going to shoot out a 3-7. And maybe Brady will go first. Nope, Logan's shooting at it. Brady starting his second frame a little more inside than the last one, going through the nose. Yeah, just breaking up the big church. Now Logan picking up that 3-7. And he gets it. All right, so Alyssa starting her second frame. Brady going for the count. Smart move. And Alyssa going high, leaving a 3-6. Keegan, lane 16. That's going to go a little long for him. He's going to leave a 1-2-4-10. So that was the theme on the qualifying, was lots of shots just going a little bit long before they read. So we're seeing a lot of 2-8s, 1-2-8s, 2-8-10s, 1-2-8-10s. Typical long pattern stuff. Cameron, 2-4-7-10. But as these lanes develop, oh, Keegan going for it, almost getting it, leaving a 10 pin. So JL going after her split, can't pick it up. Amani, the light crumbler, getting them all to go down. She finished qualifying, I think, with 4 in a row and then a 9 to close out her last game. So she's on a roll. So Logan with a 2-8. Like I said, saw a lot of those. Noah can't get the 4 out this time. JL on 17. A little bit light in the pocket, leaving a 10 pin. The spares were the name of the game today. Not a lot of strikes. Logan picking up his 2-8. Noah getting the 4. All right, so Keegan, leader after qualifying on 2 opens. He's coming in light. Ball changed, proton physics, and that looked a lot better. Getting the messenger 10 pin out. It's a little equipment switch. Like I said, making the adjustments on the fly. Just got to figure it out. And Brady coming in a little light this time, so he's kind of in between shots. Doing the old highlight reel. 1 shot's high, 1 shot's light. Noah on 17. That's going to be high for 6-10. Then Brady with a 2-4-5-7. And Logan getting his strike there. Brady picking up his spare. Amani getting them to go. Noah getting it to bounce off the wall, pick it up. So he stays clean. Cameron starting his 3rd frame, going a little bit long. Keegan, light pocket shot, 2 in a row. So it looks like he's getting it figured out after his double open start. Brady playing wide, getting some pin action, but not quite enough. And Cameron shooting at the 1-3, and he gets it. All right, so Amani on a double. She's 9 spare double. That's going to be high for a 3-10. Logan, that's going to cross over for a 4. Brady trying to spare up his 4th frame. He gets it. Amani shooting at the 3-10, just a little bit wide on the 3. That'll be an open for her. So she's at 76 in the 4th. And Logan's going to pick up his 4-pin. Cameron on a spare, starting his 4th frame. Looks pretty good. Good shot. Keegan coming up high. Can't believe it. Leaving a 3-6, 9-10. JL going for the 1-2-10. Can't quite get that. So Alyssa's on a double, starting her 5th frame. That's going to be a light mixer, which she's famous for, tripping the 2-pin. Giving Keegan the business a little bit there. And Noah on 18. That's going to be high, and he leaves a 4-7. Keegan's got to get that 9-pin out. He does, but this is the 3 in the process. So he will open after a double, and that gives him 71 in the 5th. And Amani crossing over, leaving a 3-pin. So JL, 5th frame, light pocket. Oh, everything's around the 10-pin. Can't get it to go out. So she'll be shooting at a spare. As is Amani with a 3-pin. She clobbers the 3-pin this time. So Alyssa showing everyone how it's done here. She is on a 3-bagger after 2 opens. So she's making the adjustments, getting it figured out. JL shooting out a 10-pin. She's going to make that. And Alyssa starting her 6th frame. She's on a 3-bagger. And that's going to be high. Brady's way outside, leaving a 2-8. So Keegan inside on that one. Not getting any love on the 6-10. So Alyssa's got the big 4 to shoot at. That's going to be tough to convert. Noah with a 10-pin. Alyssa just getting 2, smart. Brady 2-8, getting it. A lot of 2-8 practice today. Lots of people shooting at the 2-8. Keegan going a little wide, leaving that 6-pin. Gets the 10 though, so he is 80 in the 6th, and Alyssa's 100 in the 6th. So Keegan 20 down in his match against the number 8 seed, Alyssa. So Cameron coming in a little bit outside, leaving a 3-pin. Logan with a 7-9 for the lefty. And Amani's got a 2-8 over there. Brady on 17. Some synchronized bowling. And Brady's a little more inside this time. And better shot, but leaves a 7-pin. Finding the pocket. And Amani gets her 2-8. Cameron didn't trust it, but he got it. Logan going for it. But missing them both. All right, Keegan high flush this time. Getting them all to go. Brady shooting out a 7-pin, sparing it up. So he's 71 on a spare in the 6th. I'm sorry, 91 on a spare in the 6th. Don't know what I was looking at. And Alyssa high, leaving a 6-pin. JL in the pocket, getting them all to go. Closing the gap on Brady there. Logan leaving a stone 8. Cameron staring down that 1-3-9. Going a little bit wide. And Alyssa's 6-pin. If she walks away from it, she knows it's good. She's not. And it is not. So she opens her 7th frame. She's at 109. And Logan missing. Cameron converting, though. All right, so Keegan's 90 on a strike in the 7th. And Alyssa's on an open at 109. in that match, so that's still up for grabs. Logan and Amani. So we'll see if Amani picks this up, but she's gonna wait for Alyssa to go. And there we go. Strike from Alyssa, strike from Brady. So Brady keeping the pressure on JL. See if she answers back with a strike of her own. And Keegan's need to, oh man, JL with the carry, not quite getting the 10 out though. And that is crossing over for Keegan. Leaves a 3. And Cameron with a 3-6-7. And Amani not getting the 10 out in her match against Logan. So she is about 28 ahead of Logan right now. And Keegan gets his spare. So he's 19 down on Alyssa. So Noah, his 7th frame is gonna be a strike. So he's at 109 on a strike. Cameron's at 107 on an open. So that gives Noah the lead in that match. And Keegan leaving a 6-pin. Brady figuring out where he wants to stand. Wants to try and replicate that last shot he made. And maybe Messenger gets it to go. Gets the messenger out for a double. Brady doesn't see a lot of messengers, doesn't have a lot of ball speed to get those pins to fly around, so he relies on shot making. Logan sticks, misses the 7. And JL a little bit wide, leaving a 2-4-5. Cameron a little wide. 1-3-6-7. All right, so Keegan's on a spare for 129. So this could define the match here between Keegan and Alyssa, and she's going to be high with that one. So leaving the door open. Oh, Cameron getting it out. Sparing that up. So Keegan and Alyssa can at any moment start stringing strikes together, so they can, either one of them can easily fill out this 10th frame. Noah using some body English to try and get him out. Not quite, leaving a 3-pin. All right, so JL needs this one to stay close and keep some pressure on Brady to fill out the 9th and 10th. Logan not quite getting it out. JL's going to be high with that one. Leaves a big split. 4-7-10. And Amani crossing over. Strike in the 9th. That puts her at 161, and that's going to do it for Logan. Logan's at 130 on an open in the 9th, so he is shut out. And JL can't convert, so she's at 135. And that will probably do it in her match against Brady. And Alyssa looked like she moved in a little bit, maybe. Ends up going long, even a 1-2-4. Brady, wow, yeah, way outside. It's not where you want to be. And Keegan 3-6-10. Brady with a 4-7-9, I think. Yeah. Yeah, that was a little slow. A lot of hand on it. Noah getting a strike in his 9th frame. Brady going for it. Leaves the 9-pin though, so he opens his 9th. He's at 156. JL can strike out for 165. So Brady needs a mark to shut out JL. So Keegan 3-6-10. And needs it, doesn't get it. So he'll finish 144. Alyssa 155. And Cameron slinging the needless messenger around for a strike in the 9th. So he's at 137. He's 12 down against Noah. So that is the match to watch. Brady getting a strike to shut out JL. Namani just super smooth game, just getting those pins to fall down from anywhere. And JL with the needless messenger again. So she gets it figured out just a little bit too late. Brady looks like a ball change there. Looks like a phase 2 was using a high road. That looked like a little more solid ball reaction. We'll see what he goes with in the next round. And Logan missing that one, but it doesn't matter. Amani has shut him out. And she's going to be 199 probably, or 197. I think Brady went back to the high road to see what he would get with that. So Brady will finish with 184. And there's JL with 2 in a row. So she was definitely making Brady work for that 10th frame. And she didn't like that one, and that's going to be a 2-7 for a 163. So Brady will advance. Alyssa advances. Amani advances. So it's going to come down to Noah and Cameron. Noah up by 12. Cameron's going to start the 10th frame here. Still up for grabs. That's high flush. Gets that 8 out late. All right, so Noah's got to answer this. 10th frame. And that is too high. Leaves a 2-4. So he's at 165. So he can strike for 177. I think a mark here is that's gonna be, oh, that'll do it. That will do it. So Noah spares this up and strikes. Cameron just needs 1 pin. And by the looks of it, I think he can manage that. So that will put Cameron against Brady. Crosses over and gets him to go. He can just put it anywhere and he's going to strike. So he ends the match with 4 in a row to finish with 187. Noah can strike here for 179. So Armani versus Alyssa. Cameron versus Brady. So we're going to end up with a girl versus boy final. And a battle of the two-handers on the right pair. Brady two-handed righty. Cameron two-handed lefty. And Alyssa gets started already. Looked a little bit light, leaving a 7 pin. And Alyssa likes it and makes it. So she starts the second match with a 9 spare. And Amani starting her first frame with the pocket shot, sending 10 back. Cameron on 18, right in the pocket there for a strike. So Amani starting her second frame. That looks a little bit inside for her. Yeah, crosses over, but it doesn't matter. Gets him to go. Brady a little bit outside, leaving a 210. So Alyssa on a spare, Amani on a double, and it's just a touch light for a 10 pin. Brady going for it. If you're going to open in the first. So he'll lose 1 pin account for trying to go for it, going for that instant replay. And Alyssa likes that. So she's spare to start this against Amani, who's got a double. And that's 4-7-9. And Alyssa finds the pocket there and gets them all to go. Brady, she got 2, gets 1. Yeah, he's going for that as well. So he's going to be 16 in the second frame. So giving Cameron an opportunity to open up a lead. And Amani can't quite get the 7 out. And it's going to be a little bit outside for Cameron, leaving a 3-6. And Amani right on target for the 7 pin. So she's double spare through 3. And Cameron, his second frame, spares that up. He's strike spare. And Amani right there, playing right up 15. Cameron starting his third frame. That is inside and crosses over for 4-7. So Alyssa on a strike and taps the 7 but can't get it to go. So 4-7 for Cameron. He gets that. So he stays clean through 3. So Brady's going to need to make an adjustment. Let's see what he does as Alyssa picks up her 7 pin. And that looked like a pretty good adjustment. Not sure what he did. I think it was just a little bit more inside. So probably about 6-7 down lane instead of 4-5. It'll look good over there. We'll see what he can do on the next frame. So Alyssa comes up on 15. And that one just kept going for 2-4-10. And Brady on 18. And that is going to be dangerous. Yeah. Yeah, he's missing outside and leaving splits. So it's 4 frames, 3 splits. Alyssa shooting at hers. Yeah, this looks like Alyssa's getting some bowling water delivered. That help her snap back. So Amani on a strike, starting the 5th frame. I mean, Brady's going to take his shot first. 3-10, nope. And Amani again with the 7-pin, not cooperating. And Cameron right in the pocket. So that's a strike in the 4th. And Amani picking up her spare. And that looks high, leaving another 4-7 on that lane. And Amani coming in high, leaving a 6-10. So Cameron in the 5th, shooting at his spare, 4-7 spare. And he chops the 7 off the 4. And Amani picks up hers. So she stays clean through 6. So she's at 117 already in the 6th frame. So see what Brady's got up his sleeve here. He needs to start making something happen. And that's a little more inside, over 8. And still danger. Trips the 10 out, leaving a 4-7. And Alyssa's going to be outside on that one, leaving a 1-2-4. And Brady gets his 4-7 out. And Alyssa, the 1-2-4. Looks good. She's got it. And so Brady making a little foot adjustment. See if he can get something going, and that one doesn't trip the 10 out. So split number 4 out of 6 frames. And Alyssa finding the pocket for a strike in the 7th for her. And he misses the 4 and gets the 7. All right, and Cameron drilling him back. Coming back off his open for a strike in the 6. Amani, leaving the 4-pin there. So she's at 133 in the 7th. And so if Alyssa doubles here, she can take the lead by 2. And Cameron putting the hurt on with a double. So it looks like Brady's making a ball change. And that looked a lot better. So that's a strike in the 7th for him. And Alyssa stepping up for her 8th. She's on a strike. Brady's 8th frame also right here. And that goes a little bit high, but it's not a split, so it's leaving a 6-10. So if he picks this up and strikes out, he can get 157, which when you get four splits, that makes it hard. Gently eases that 10-pin out. And Alyssa picks up her spare, so very tight game over in our left pair. And Cameron high flush for 3 in a row. And that will do it. And Alyssa on a strike in the 9th foundation frame. So that puts her at 155 on a strike. So she can strike out for 205. And it's going to go long for Amani, leaving a 1-2-4-8. And Cameron just lined up, killing him 4 in a row. And that'll do it for that match early. Brady will finish 9th and 10th frame. Amani picks up her spares. So that's 6 spare in the 9th. And Brady a little bit light in the pocket, leaving a 10-pin, his 9th frame. So the winner of this match, these 2 matches will move on. The higher seed gets to pick which pair on which they will play. And Brady picks up his 10-pin. So the higher seed was Cameron. So I imagine he'll probably bring Alyssa over to his pair. We'll see if she can figure out that right pair as well as she's figured out the left. Brady breaking up a 8-10, but leaving a 10-pin on his first shot in the 10th. And Brady with another 10-pin spare. We get Amani, her second shot, or her 5th shot, rather, is a 7, so she's 183. So she can strike out for 205. Brady shooting his spare ball. to finish up 146. Cameron's already way ahead of that, so he's going to move on. He's got this one wrapped up. So he'll probably take some experimental shots, maybe try a different ball, see what lineup's going to work. And Alyssa right in the pocket for a double, first shot in the 10th. And Cameron can't miss, looks like. Strike for his first shot in the 10th. He's already at 206. And that shot's going to go long. That's going to be enough to advance against Amani. And is it going to get it? No, he leaves a 10-pin. All right, so we're going to take a moment. We're going to move our camera over to the championship pair, and we'll be right back.
What's that?
Some good matches.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All right, and we're back. Championship match. And as expected, Cameron's pulling Alyssa over to his pair. So she will have to figure that out after Cameron goes 5 in a row at the end of his match. So he's going to start off. And that looks good. Right where he left off. Right in the pocket. So he's made a little room for himself down there on the left side. So we got a long pattern here though, so it means the oil probably is going to be a little bit thinner and expect some transition. We saw that on the right side of the lane. It's just a matter of time before that develops on the left side of the lane. We'll see if that affects Cameron in this final match. And Alyssa leaving a 10-pin. And that looks pretty good. Whenever Alyssa's walking away from a spare, you know that pin has no chance. All right, so Alyssa starting her second frame on a spare. Cameron started his game on a strike. And Cameron was a strike machine. And Alyssa, high flush. Sending them all back. Usually she's good for a light mixer, showing her versatility there. Again, going high flush. Putting them all back in the pit. We'll see what Cameron can do to answer that. And that looks pretty good. A little bit light though, leaving a 7-pin. And that looks pretty good. Nails it. So Cameron's strike spare, Alyssa's spare strike. And that looks pretty good, just like all the rest of them. So strike in the third. So we'll see if Alyssa can start putting them together. And she's not going to put anything together if she doesn't get her ball back. It looks like we need a ball return. And Alyssa complaining that she needs a ball to actually complete this frame. And I would tend to agree. The crew's working on it. So the Roto Grip Sport Challenge is a series, and so they keep track of the points over the course of the season. Whoever gets the most points over the course of the season is the overall champion. Keegan Alexander, we saw earlier, he was the Fall Series champion. And we saw Alyssa knock him out earlier. And Alyssa gets her ball back. And goes a little bit long, leaving the 1, 2, 8, 10. Saw a lot of those in qualifying. Missed just a little bit right. And that long pattern's just going to eat your ball up, and you're not going to see any hook. And you're going to leave something like this. So tough spare, makeable. Definitely, you can send the 1 or the 2 over into the 10, and she didn't like that, and she gets the 2 off of that. All right, so that's gonna be an open in the third. So she's gonna be at 44. So a lot like coming off a commercial break. These athletes get into a rhythm, and whenever you've got to sit it out for a little bit, it can be hard to come back and find that rhythm again. And we'll see if Alyssa can bounce back. She does. Another high flush for her in the fourth. So we'll see if Cameron can take advantage. Of course, he also had to wait through that delay as well. So we'll see if he can maintain his rhythm, find the pocket again. That looked a little bit high, and it was. So he leaves a 7-pin. So he can extend his lead by picking this up. And we just saw Cameron's ball come back, so should not have another delay there. That's got to hang on. It doesn't. All right, so Cameron just hands it back to Alyssa. So that puts Cameron at 68 in the fourth. And Alyssa's 64, so 4-pin match. And either one of these two competitors can, that's got a crossover, it does. Gets the 4 to fall late. So he got away with one there, but it all shows up the same on the scoreboard as a strike. So a strike in the fifth for Cameron. Puts him at 78. Alyssa is on a strike in her fourth frame. She's going to start her fifth frame right now. And that was high. Yeah, right lane's giving her some trouble. She was light before, high this one. So she's a 4, 6, 7. She's on a strike, so she wants to get the 2, and she gets 1. So she's going to lose some count off of that. And close match like this, you don't want to give away pins to your competitor, especially Cameron, who we just saw close out his semifinal match. Like 4 in a row, 5 in a row. All right, but she got a legit pocket strike on this lane in the last frame, and she's going to do it again. So she's got the left lane figured out. She has not missed on the left lane. It's the right lane. It's giving her problems. That's something a lot of people don't realize in bowling. Every lane plays differently. Every shot plays differently. So you might have a pair of lanes, and the left lane is going to play entirely differently than the right. And of course, Cameron, a lefty, is playing the left part of the lane, is going to see a whole different picture than right-handers are. So, infinite complexities in the sport of bowling. As Cameron comes back from his open to double. As he looks like he's got these figured out. And he's just repeating shots out there. And he leaves a 7 on that one. Now, last 7 he missed. Let's see if he can regroup and pick this one up for a spare. And that looks a lot better, and he's got it. So Cameron spares the 7th, puts him at 127. So he'll be 27 ahead of Alyssa. She's starting her 7th frame. So this is her troublesome lane. She's been light, she's been high. See what adjustment she makes. Same ball, a little bit more inside, and she gets the high flush just like she did on the left lane. So there we go. Now she's on a double. Made the right adjustment, getting it figured out. So if she can repeat that shot over here on 17, she'll close the match to within 7. And that looks more inside than the last ones. And it is. She found a little bit more oil, and it just kept going straight. So she was a little inside of her track on her previous shots. And that ball just didn't pick up. And she leaves a 5-7. And again, this one is makeable, but It's tough. And she's going for it. Doesn't like it. Gets the 5. So that's an open in the 8th. Puts her at 126. Gives Cameron a little more room to maneuver. And let's see what he does over here on lane 18. That is inside. Gets a break, just the 2-pin. And shooting at his 2-pin, and he gets it. So that puts him at 146 in the 8th. So he's going to be 20 ahead of Alyssa with 2 frames to go. So Cameron in the driver's seat here. And that's going to be high. Gets the 2 8s to fall late for a strike. And that's going to make Alyssa's life a little difficult here for the next few minutes. She is going to have to punch out or go off the sheet to have a chance to move ahead of Cameron after that one. And she's going to need some help from Cameron as well. So she can strike out for 186 and gets the 10 out, gets the 10 to go. So that's the first step to going off the sheet for 186. So if she does that, Cameron would need a mark and 1, but she does not. So at 154, 55, 165. So that'll do it. So Cameron takes the overall win at week 2 with the Roto Grip Sport Series Fall Edition. All right, so if you're a youth bowler or know a youth bowler who wants to come out and test their mettle against some of the best youth bowlers in the country, this is the talent hotbed. This is where it's at. Here at USA Bowl in Dallas, Texas. Check out their website. Contact the folks here at USA Bowl if you want to match up against the best. We had 2 Junior Gold TV show finalists today, Southwest Gold champions, Storm Youth Championship champions, and some of them didn't even make the finals. So if you want to test yourself, see what you've got, come on out to USA Bowls. You see Cameron finishing up his game. Alyssa 166. Cameron 192. So congratulations to Cameron. Oh, we're stuck on instant replay. So Cameron finished up 192. Alyssa with 166. So that'll do it for week number 2 of the Roto Grip Sport Challenge at USA Bowl in Dallas, Texas. So remember, bowling fans out there, be cool. and go bowl.